Humanoid robots are here. At least that's what 1X Technologies wants you to think. Yesterday, they announced Neo, a humanoid robot that's gonna do your dishes, fold your laundry, vacuum, all the things that we've been promised for the last 60 years. And apparently you can pre-order it for the low price of $20,000. And if you're a normal person and can't ever do that, maybe you can afford the subscription of $500 a month. Well, there's something you should know if you're considering doing that. The thing can't do anything. First, let's give credit where credit's due. In terms of hardware engineering, this robot is incredibly impressive. Somehow it's 66 pounds yet manages to lift 150 pounds. Its entire body is soft. My specialization isn't hardware, but I know that must have taken an incredible amount of work and research. In terms of physical robotics, this is truly on the cutting edge. But the story kind of shifts when we actually try to get it to do anything. The Wall Street Journal got a hands-on demo and I was so excited to watch it, but through watching it, it became clear that this thing is not as impressive as it seems. It took the robot over a minute just to get a water bottle from the fridge. Now you may be thinking, that's not that long. Come on. It's gotta go, it's gotta get up, it's gotta go to the fridge, it's gotta open the fridge, it's gotta get the water bottle, close the fridge, and come back and give it to you. And honestly, I agree with you on that. But the real problem is that just loading a dishwasher with 3 cups and 3 plates took 5 minutes. Now, I guess I would be okay with that if I weren't home. I wouldn't really care how long it took. But the reality is, I'm going to want it to clean while I'm home because I'm going to ask it to do something. And I think imagining a robot just moving incredibly slowly in front of me would be incredibly distracting and frustrating. You know that feeling you get when you're watching someone navigate a website that you know and they're just doing it incredibly inefficiently? I think I would get that same exact feeling. And you know, that's a personal problem. I can get past that and recognize that that's something I can get over. But an even bigger problem is that the battery life is only 4 hours. And so if this thing is really that slow, how much can it actually get done? Like, every Sunday I clean my house. That's just something that's baked into my routine. It takes me like 2 to 3 hours. If it takes me 2 to 3 hours, how long is it gonna take this robot? You might have heard me mention earlier that it can't really do anything. So how does it actually work? Well, this is where things get kind of ugly.
One little catch. There may be a human behind the curtain, pulling the robot's strings.
When Neo encounters a task that it can't handle, someone across the world hops into VR, takes control of Neo, and does that task. Now, I can look past the fact that, okay, maybe there is something really difficult and unique about my apartment, or maybe I'm truly asking it to do something incredibly difficult. But here's the thing. When the Wall Street Journal demoed it, every single task was performed by a human far away. All right, let me be very clear about that. You're asking this thing to do your laundry, and then a complete stranger sees a live feed of your home, hears the audio and everything you may be saying, and controlling the robot's every move. I don't know about you, but that makes me pretty uncomfortable. The company CEO was honest about this. Surprisingly honest.
In 2026, if you buy this product, it is because you're okay with that social contract. If we don't have your data, we can't make the product better.
So you spend $20,000, you get this robot, and you become the test subject for it to get better and eventually be good for somebody else. Again, I don't think that's the worst thing. I think I could see a world in which I would want to contribute to that cause, but the thing can't do anything. It literally cannot do anything without external help. I mean, I'm sure maybe there's something. It's pretty telling though that when the Wall Street Journal tried this, they couldn't demonstrate its ability to do anything on its own. And if it sounds like this is a recipe for failure, it's really because we've had very ambitious robots that have come and gone over the last couple of decades. I mean, we had Curie, the cute rolling companion that ended up being discontinued because its parent company decided there wasn't a business fit. Or you have this hotel in Japan that infamously fired all its robot staff because it was both inefficient and created more work for the humans. Okay, so you may think from everything I said that I think this thing is doomed to fail. That's not necessarily true. I think the solution to Neo's biggest problems are actually already an ongoing area of research in many universities. Researchers at MIT are using generative AI to generate millions of virtual homes that they can then deploy these robots to train in simulated environments. Not only does this avoid privacy problems, but it'll probably lead to better results a lot quicker than people buying $20,000 robots and hoping that they ask the robot to do a task. So I think the Neo, as it exists today, is not the robot butler from our dreams. It's a pioneering device, and it's one that still relies on humans, and is really a data collection tool that you have to pay for. However, at the same time, I'm always an optimist, to call it a complete failure I think is kind of missing some of the points. It's a great first step. I mean, even the fact that it exists is forcing us to confront a lot of the technical and ethical hurdles that we're gonna need to get through in order to make this a reality. Okay, let's look at some memes about it, because Twitter's been blowing up about this and it's kind of fun. There's not that much that's deeper than this. I just thought this was funny. This was a real part of the demo. Also, I do not like the word clinker. I think it's pretty lame. But this was a real video from the demo. Why are they looking at it so sensually? Also, they're looking into the eyes of humans. I think they're about to have a three-way. I didn't consider that we can drip out our Neos. You get the chain, you can give them the fade. Dude, I saw this video and actually felt like it was pretty dope. I just can't get over the fact that this is a human. But if it weren't, I would be hyped about this. Having my robot pour me drinks and give me fist bumps, I think it would be sick. And of course, Neo's gonna take your partner. All right, that's all I got for y'all. I'm gonna go outside. Peace.